Welcome to today's Ignite Your Influence on Social Marketing session. We are going to talk all about leads. Leads is something that is necessary for us as business owners, right? Without leads, we make no sales. And without sales, we don't really have a business. So I want to share with you some really quick and kind of just little secrets. But when you hear these, you're going to be like, I've heard these before. So hopefully this is a refresher. I know that sometimes you have to hear things over and over again before they finally sink in. But here's the thing. I call them secrets. It's a strategy. And these are foundations that never go away. So I'm going to share with you 5 secrets to literally skyrocketing your lead generation using social media as a vehicle to do so. So if we haven't met before, welcome again. My name is Ginna Tassanelli. I'm the CEO of Stylishly Branded, Hype Media, and Style Rebel Mama. And we help coaches and consultants and CEOs to make recurring 6 figures plus with simple, scalable marketing systems that help them ignite their influence on social media into a bold and powerful, humanized presence so that they can amplify their visibility, their credibility, and their revenue. And so one of the ways that we do this is through lead generation. And we have a very, very simple framework that not only do we use with our done-for-you private agency clients, but it's something that I also teach within my own programs. Let's jump right in. The number one tip that I'm going to give you out of these 5 is it all starts with really knowing who your audience is. And I don't really like to use the word avatar. Personally, I don't like to use ideal client. I use those words because they are very well known, but I like to use who is your dream human that you want to work with. Okay. So really understanding who they are, defining them, not just by their demographics, but also what are their interests? What are their desires? What are their struggles? What are their challenges? Who do they follow? What books do they read? All of these things about people are really important to know, because when it comes to showing up on social media and, putting content out there to get people to know, like, trust, and eventually buy from you, you want to put content out there that's obviously going to resonate with them, right? That's going to be relatable. And so rather than spending so much time on content creation and nothing happening, typically why this happens is because, there's a few factors, but one of the main ones is because we're just not speaking to our audience. We are instead like lecturing to them and not really hearing them, not really understanding them, not speaking their language. So it's really important to know exactly who they are, right? So I'm going to give you a quick little example. So let's say that you're a holistic wellness coach, for example, which I've worked with many of them. You may be putting content out there or think that I can work with anybody who just wants to be healthier, right? Holistically. But no. What about understanding, are these people that are really struggling maybe with weight management? Is it more so of a emotional wellness that they're struggling with? So it's really understanding what exactly is it that they're struggling with, and then what do you solve? What can you solve for them to help them with that transformation? Okay. So number 1, understanding who your audience is. Number 2 is creating irresistible content that sparks conversations based off of what you know about your audience and what they desire and what their struggles are, what their pain points are, and what their interests are. Okay. So this can look like content that's educational, that inspires, and that solves their problems. Not so much just like, promoting your specials, your links, your lead magnets all the time. What I see with a lot of our clients before they start working with us on any level, whether it's a private client, agency client, or one of my mastermind clients, is that, and listen, I used to do this too, is that we are so focused on putting so much content out there because we've heard for years that you need to be consistent. You need to post at least once a day. And yes, you do need to be consistent. So if you have nothing great to post that's going to create conversations, just don't post at all. We want to think of that move people through an experience, through a journey, so that they get to know, like, and trust us. And eventually they want to just, reach out to us and say, hey, I want to know more about what you offer. So if you have scoped around like my website, both of my websites for gethypemedia.com or Stylishly Branded, or my Facebook group, or, anywhere on my profile, you do not see a landing page that takes you to a sales page. It does not exist. I mean, it doesn't exist to you. It does exist on our back end. And the reason why is because that's not how I personally sell. I've been doing this for now 15 years on my own. I've been in the industry for over 25 years. Oh my gosh, I just outdated myself. And so, if you're looking to have a long term, sustainable lead generation system, you need to think long term, right? And so, we need to create this experience for our clients. This is not short term. I love working with my clients more as partners, it's not transactional. Our clients typically are with us for years. So we don't have a lot of turnover, especially with our agency clients. And the reason why is because we really try and get to know our audience and understand what it is that they need, what it is that want. Through our content, we create conversations with them, we get to know them, and then we make them an offer if it seems like the right fit, if there's synergy. So your content should move people through these different stages of an experience. And that includes getting them to like you, to become aware of you, right? And we can do that with, I love memes. So I use a lot of memes. You can do that with memes. You can do that with inspirational quotes. You can do that with storytelling, but you want it to relate to your audience, not so much to your product or your services, but to your audience and the solution that you provide to them. So that's the beginning stage, right? The next stage is, how do we get them to consider to start working with us? Okay. And that's where we do throw in, resources. For me, it's a Facebook group where I do weekly Q&A sessions on Thursdays. So for me, that is helping people to get to know me and to trust me that I am an expert. I know what I'm talking about. And when it's the right time for them, they will consider to work with me. Right? So that's the consideration stage. Then we move to the purchasing stage. And this is where we are blatantly putting out an offer. And many of us, and I used to do this when I first started to really market my own businesses on social, I used to do this too all the time. So I'm admitting that I did this. But most of us, entrepreneurs, especially solopreneurs, we are stuck in the purchasing stage all of the time. What does this look like? Constant links to sign up for a program, for, an offer, whatever it is, for a product. And so what happens is, if we're constantly promoting our products and we're not actually moving people through this experience to get to know, like, and trust us, we are detracting people away from us. And that's where we then have a low influx of leads, because people they don't care. They don't know who you are. You're just trying to sell them all the time. And then there's other stages after that, but those are the three main ones. Of course, we want to retain them. That's where you share testimonials. You can also share testimonial content in like the beginning stages of the experience, case studies, things like that. All right. Okay. So you want to optimize your strategy. When you're able to, or when you optimize your strategy, and this can mean optimizing your messaging, optimizing your bio, and your bio might change, like your positioning statement, for example, your value statement, what you do. This is a statement that lets people know who you are, what you do, and how you serve them. This can change over time and evolve. I actually have different value statements depending on the audience that I'm speaking to, depending on where I'm putting that statement, whether it's on my personal profile or over on LinkedIn or inside of a group. It just depends. So making sure that you are optimizing your profile so that it's relevant to the solutions that you provide, and so that it attracts the right people to you. Okay. So if you are a health coach, use the word health coach. Don't just use founder and CEO of whatever business it is. Like, use a title so people know exactly who you are. This is also really great because when you use the right keywords, you have more of an opportunity to get found, not just inside of these social platforms, but also on search engines like Google, for example. Okay. Number four is offering resources. So offer ebooks, right? Offer workshops, offer challenges, offer downloadable checklists, but things that really provide value, that give people even a small result. Because if they grab something for free of yours, and from that, just that free resource, they have one little win they're going to start thinking, wow, I can only imagine what kind of result I actually, invested in this person to work with me, right? So that's secret number 4 to helping you with lead generation. And that helps build your email list. You can nurture people through your email list. It can help you also with just growing your audience and having more conversations in Messenger and DMs. And then number 5 is making sure that you are engaging and you're actually building relationships. So engage with your audience. Respond back to comments, send them a personal message and say, hey, thank you so much for your comment on blank. I'd love to hear what your thoughts were on it, or can you expand a little bit on why this resonated with you? That's why, honestly, I love doing these. And I'm well aware most people watch these on the replay, not actually live. And that is totally okay, because I know that it's still there. It's going to live there, even though it's taking 20 minutes of my time, because I'm almost done, about 25 minutes of my time. To me, it's worth it to show up and to share some tips with you that I hope provide value to you so that I can also engage with you and I can get to know you. So for me, this is relationship building. Okay, so I'm going to go through these really quick. I'm going to do a quick little recap. 5 secrets to skyrocketing your lead generation with social media. Number 1, know your target audience. Know their desires, their pain points, what they're struggling with, and what solutions you can bring to the table for them. Number 2, make sure that you have irresistible content that you're putting out there that's actually creating conversations. It's getting people to raise their hand because it's educational, it's inspiring, and it's solving their problems. Number 3, make sure to optimize your messaging, optimize your profile, optimize your positioning so that you are actually attracting the right people to you. They know exactly who you are, who you serve, and how you serve them. Number 4 is offer resources. Lead magnets is another way of knowing what these are, but resources that actually give somebody even a small win so that they can now feel what it's like to actually work with you and imagine what it's like investing with you to then get even, more larger transformations and wins. And then number 5 is make sure to engage with everyone and build relationships through social media. So don't just use social to dump your content all the time. Make sure that you're also engaging with others. Go to their profiles. Say thank you, leave comments, respond to comments, and send authentic DMs that are not spammy and personal messages. All right. So I hope this was helpful. I'll see you guys next week. Remember, stay social. Bye, guys.